Welcome back, Rico Moneybags, the channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, keep the bell notification lit. You guys do not want to miss out. We're going to be talking about some things we actually called to the T. That's why it's important to make sure that you guys don't miss out, man. We're here for the fun. We're here for the alpha. We're here for the beta if we got to, whatever it might be. We're here for it, okay? So you guys don't want to miss out. Big shout out to the whole community pulling up. I see the whole XPX community pulling up super strong. I see the TTT project also pumping up really hard. This one popped up on the radar late last night. Wish I would have seen this sooner, but it's honestly still early, man. It's still early on a lot of your guys' plays. All these prices that we're seeing are relative prices that we've been seeing before, right? This is why, ripping the Band-Aid off, yeah, it was nice seeing the prices go up, but then seeing the prices come down, it's still the same prices we've been seeing, right? So we haven't been missing out on too much. This is the perfect time to accumulate on your favorite projects, on your favorite alts, on your favorite Bitcoin, the Mona Lisa, the rising tide that raises all the ships, and possibly catch it on a dip, right? So let's jump right into it. Something that we talked about on the last stream. We're going to bring up all the projects. I see the TTT famine here really, really strong. You guys are definitely pumping up. You guys got a strong meta. You got something right now, especially when you're the only green candle sticking out. When we got a little bit of red going on in the market, right? It's all good. It's part of the market, fam. Let's jump right into this though, because the other day we were talking about these exact prices. This is why we talk about these prices, not to be bearish, not to bum people out, but so like that you're not surprised when we see these prices. Now check out this horizontal line, man. Oh man, is that not on the money, Darren, Mr. Mo? Shout out to the XPX community. Shout out to the TTT community as well. We got 3 T's or 4 T's. You guys got to let me know in the chat. Is it 3 T's, 4 T's? How many T's are we putting on this? But almost, I don't know, man. That's to the money. I swear that's on the dot right there. I don't know if it gets any more on the dot than on the dot right there. And we're not here to, say that we're looking into a crystal ball or that we're some kind of guru as far as how we were ever able to put this horizontal line right here and find this price where it could potentially go. We didn't know, right? It could have broke through this 200 moving average and Rico would have been on here like, hey, guess what? It didn't happen, right? But all we did was look backwards and we saw this price action over here. And this is why we paid attention to this area, right? It wasn't nothing magical. It wasn't, some AI stuff. It was just looking backwards at price and noticing that, right here, this is why price came to this. And this is why I bring this up, because it's not prices that you haven't seen before. It's not nothing that you're like should be uncomfortable. If you would have got it the last time it did this from here up here, would you have been uncomfortable, buying a bag down here on your favorite alts, on your favorite meme coins, on your favorite utility plays? This is the time when the markets are fearful that people, could be greedy. I'm not telling you to be greedy right now, right? It's not financial advice, because if we broke past this, we could see cheaper Bitcoin prices, maybe 73,000. But are you going to be deleting your apps? Are you leaving cryptocurrency? No, you're not doing that. So maybe you're making some money on the short, right? Maybe you saw the break on the 200 moving average because we've been talking about it so much. You saw the sell signal, right? The break on the 200. You're like, all right, this guy's always saying first mouse gets the squeeze, second mouse gets the cheese. There goes your little mouse right there. That's the day we're having today, where I'm drawing mice on the, I'm drawing a mouse on the screen, Mr. Mo. Don't let nobody tune into this right now. They say, what are we? This is why it's not financial advice. I'm drawing a mouse on the screen right now, but I got some hot plays for you guys. We got some Degen activity because we're all Degen at heart. I know what's up with that, right? We got, the test token is here. I see you guys, and it's something that's pumping up pretty hard. And that's why we're going to talk about it and bring everybody's attention. But it's important to talk about these prices right here, so people don't get scared of this market. Like, oh my God, it's like, bro, this is the last time you're supposed to be greedy, on whatever it was, because that's when the market got hot. That's when the market got hot, was right around here. So, if we lost this and we fell through, then obviously we address that like some adults. We're not leaving crypto, right? We can go touch some grass. You can go, clean the backyard if it was a windy day. You can do all that stuff. Crypto's not going anywhere. DCA when you can, raid when you can, shill when you can. Be bullish all the time, though. Be bullish all the time. Even when you're shorting the market, still be bullish. I know that sounds crazy, right? All right, let's go to Ethereum. I think, we got this negative price action on BTC on the daily chart. We still don't got it flipping red, which is nice. Because if this flip red, then we could see very cheaper prices on the daily chart. So something to keep in mind right now with BTC's price, that it could come down to the point of control. But to me, it's interesting that it's holding right here. I would like to see if it bounced off of this and we printed some green, that wouldn't be a bad long, because it's done that before. It's not a guarantee, but it's done it before. Let's go to Ethereum for all you ETH degens paying attention, which I know there's a lot of you guys paying attention. These are the ETH prices we talked about. Again, not being bearish on ETH, not being bearish on the market, talking about prices that we've seen before, where buyers and sellers have shaken hands. At time and price are like hopeless romantics. They come back, they're like, hey, what's going on? That late night hey text, here you go, right here. You got, ETH right here, exactly where buyers and sellers have shaken hands before, and trading underneath that 200 moving average. Daily chart looks like what we kind of talked about before as well. We got actually the red coming out on ETH. So maybe cheaper prices on ETH. Back to $1,800 ETH, possibly. I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm just observing the market right now. This is how if we keep a non-bias, if we become indifferent to price, if we're bullish on crypto long-term anyways, we're just addressing price, and it's not the end of the world. So, yeah, if things could turn around and get above this, then we see a more expensive ETH, but right now it's looking like cheaper ETH. And this thing can turn right back green, because, we see a long wick on the bottom of this candle. So it could push that up. My XRP fam, and this is why we talk about this, okay, fam? I know it gets redundant at times. I know we got to tap in. I know it's like, what? But this is why. So, like, you're not an emotional roller coaster. Stay bullish, fam, because XRP, look at all this. You've been down this merry-go-round before. You're not missing out on too much. Like I said, all these prices are prices that either people are going to talk about that they accumulated and DCA'd into their favorite alts, their favorite meme coins, their favorite utility plays, their favorite RWAs, whatever it might be. And then eventually this squeeze will happen. This squeeze, it's not going to go down forever. And when it can get above this 200 moving average, even XRP, Solana, BNB, which we're going to talk about next, you're going to see some positive price action. But don't be bummed out on the market. Don't feel like it's just you or something like that, right? It's not you. The markets have just been in this, consolidation zone. This is where you get to build. This is where you get to grow your community. This is where you get to do whatever you need to take care of right then and there. All right, here goes BNB's price action. Still bullish on the daily on BNB. Still holding pretty strong. 4 hour got back above the 200 moving average. We'll see how much this holds right here. Like a lot of times we've talked about it many times on the channel, where BNB has a mind of its own sometimes, because it's holding relatively well, from this last move up that we've had, this little recent top. It's holding up pretty good compared to the rest of the market. You got BTC slipping, you got Ethereum slipping, you got, a few of them slipping a little bit. By the way, we're also live on Pump Fund. So if you guys want to go to the Pump Fund stream and spam in the comments there, I think it's a good way, to take advantage to be, on one of the hottest platforms, which is, Pump.fun. And we are live streaming over there on the XPX account. So, leave some comments there. And, when people pull up to our stream, they're going to see that over there as well. So BNB, still looking pretty good, honestly. Still looking like, not a bad idea on BNB. Now, if it got underneath this 200 moving average, you would have to talk about coming down to the low sixes on BNB. Let's go to Solana next. I know you guys are here. My Solana degens are here. I'm one of you guys, right? It takes one to know one, right? Where I see you degens. I see your degen activity all over the place. And is this where you want to load up on Solana? This could be the cheap prices on Solana to be loading up. And because you haven't missed out on too much. Here goes your 4 hour chart. It's been around the same area. And what's wild about price always popping up when we go like this, look at how this matches up to where price got rejected before, price got rejected again. This is why we pay attention to this stuff. It's not, when you're indifferent to price, it's a lot easier to see these things where you don't take it personal, because how could you control that? How could you control, the market sentiment changing when it's hit a top that when it's hit it before? And we even talked about it on the channel, like, would it be a stretch to think that it was going to do what it did last time, now that it's being rejected? Would you be blown away if it did something like that and then turn back around? And that's why we do it, right? Because then you get to see, hey, this is where I accumulate on this dip right here. So I can buy more test tokens, so I can buy more XPX on Solana, so I can just hold some Solana, right? Because this could be that accumulation zone, that everybody, and even myself, we've just been consolidating forever. But it could be that section where eventually, when more positive new breaks out, the Iran stuff cools down, this could be that section where everybody wished that they loaded up on. It could be. I'm not saying that it is, but it could just be that stuff that, when all that Iran stuff does clear up, you got Clarity Act stuff. You got a lot of things that if all these ingredients, fermented at the right time, and you would have yourself the cognac of spirits, right? Because, you got Clarity Act, you got price has been down since October 10th, really. It's been consolidating for, we've been talking about it, and it's good to talk about this, so you guys know. But like, it's not you. We've been consolidating down here for 105 days. But you got to ask yourself, when all this stuff clears up, and more Clarity Act stuff, and it gets passed, and they actually, sign the bill, and they take this thing further, and some of that Iran stuff clears up, could that be, that perfect storm of all this consolidation that, price has been suppressed for so long, that now with all this stuff out the way, you see a lot more positive price action, a lot easier for it to break past, this resistance that we're having right here, right at $97, getting up to that $100 zone. That's why those psychological barriers are important. And we're going to talk about that with the test token as well. Like, where you guys are right where the breakouts start to happen, because whether you're looking at Solana, whether you're looking at BNB, whether you're looking at the test token, XPX, 100K, 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, all these psychological barriers matter. Why? I don't know. That's just how we operate, right? So Solana on a bit of a dip, nothing too surprising. We're not going to be, well, oh my God, it's the end of the world, I hate crypto. No, hey, look, it hit right here before. It's hit there again. It's doing something that it's done before. It's like, being shocked that you see a snake that rattles and it bit you. It's like, bro, it rattled, it was rattling like crazy. So, it rattled up here. It's pulled back, and it's going to go right back up. It's going to go right back up. So we'll keep an eye on these prices right now. We're going to go over to some fire stuff. We're actually going to go to XPX first right now on a good dip, everybody, at 72K market cap. We're going to go straight to our X account, and then we're going to jump to the test token. But we do got a referral program going on right now where you guys can sign up, get $20. The person who signs up gets $5 to go ahead and get signed up for something that's been going really, really good. And this is the perfect time to do it, honestly, with utility right around the corner. So this utility is going to make it faster, easier, and really remove a lot of ceilings for bigger organizations, bigger companies, however you want to put it, to really bring in more of that volume. We're getting close to 400K in paid orders. If you want a trusted place where you guys can off-ramp your crypto, whether you're running a business, whether you're just a Degen, whether you're flipping NFTs, if you want to off-ramp and using, MasterCards, Visa cards, non-KYC bill payments, over 80,000 companies, xpxpay.com is definitely the spot. We did start off on the BNB chain, but we're now live on the Solana chain, making sure that, we're getting exposure on both chains because we got bullish utility, and, getting close to 400K in paid orders is nothing to turn the cheek on. We're here to stay. We're building really, really strong utilities, and we got some more widgets to come out around the corner. Each of these widgets are very powerful utilities to have in your back pocket. So, go ahead and come check this out, whether you're a holder of XPX or not. Come over here to XPX Pay, Crypto Bill Pay, like I said. Get yourself a MasterCard, 100K limit, or just get signed up. And I'm telling you guys, there's some bullish things right around the corner. So I'll post a contract address as well. Post a, close this. Post this right here for you guys. I'll post a deck screener for everybody. Make it real easy to check it out. Join the Telegram, of course. You guys don't want to miss out. I mean, one of the best communities in the space. I was going to say, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. But here we go. Got some fire links right there for all of you guys, making it super easy for everybody. Definitely don't miss out on that. So let's come over here and check out some hot plays for everyone. Make sure you guys also give us a follow. Did I share this one? I'm sharing all the links just so they're there for you guys not to miss out. Because like I said, utility right around the corner. You can easily become a whale right now in, a real project. We got the numbers to prove it. We're coming up on 2 years strong in the market, starting off on the BNB chain, right off of Smart DeFi, now being, on the Solana chain, getting exposure. So we're here to keep growing. We're here to scale this thing all the way up. So if you guys like the sound of that, if you like BNB, get it on the BNB side. If you're a Solana person, get it on the Solana chain. That's what it's there for. All right, fam. Let's go to the test token, because when the community pulls up really strong like that, you definitely got to show them some love. I put the tickers up there, and a lot of communities pull up. But when you're seeing that hype right there, it's exciting. Go check out the Telegram. It's fire right now. So let's head over to that right now. They say 4 T's, some say 2 T's, some say 3 T's. You guys let me know how many T's. Oh, we almost got a little bit. We got to be careful how many T's we say. YouTube might take it the wrong way if we say too many T's. But we got right here the test token right here, man. This is the first ever meme coin launched on Pump Fun. Basically the community takeover with a solid chart. You got your initial pullback that always happens, from Pump Fun, but now you got this thing just straight climbing up. Popped up on my radar a little late. I wish I would have seen it sooner. It did pop up like around 200K market cap, right around this little breakout thing. It's like, okay, this is nice. But now it rode all the way up to 400K, which is nothing, which is honestly nothing. But these psychological barriers are everything. You break 500K, you break 1 million, and more FOMO builds up. You got some boosts going on right now. I'm noticing you're trending number 7, on Deck Screener, which is one of the hottest ones that everybody checks out, right? So that is pretty bullish. The first Pump Fun meme, you guys, before the launchpad opened, before millions of tokens followed, before Pump Fun became the meme coin machine, there was TTT right there for you guys to see. And who doesn't like a rocket taking off in crypto? I mean, that's just simple math right there. Send it. Make it a sender, man. I mean, the space loves a sender. But I think this is something that you guys might want to pay attention to for sure. I think it would be an injustice if we didn't bring it up. You're seeing it right now at some crazy discount prices when the market's shaking up, when Solana's pulling back, when BTC's pulling back. What are all these fire communities? Because that's really what's pushing a lot of these things, right? The investors, the communities. What are all these people going to be looking like, and their wallets are going to look like when, Solana's back at 250, Solana's at 300. Go look in the mirror right now. Ask yourself, is Solana not going to come back to 250? Do you think Solana's done for? Do you think all that proof of concept of low transaction fees and Solana ETFs? Go to the mirror right now. Sometimes we got to go to the mirror. I'm speaking to the man in the mirror. Shout out to Michael Jackson. I didn't watch the movie, but it seems like it's in the air, right? Maybe it's on the brain because I've been seeing so much content around it, right? A little hee there, little hee there. You guys better repost this stream, man. The first ever right here. Let's go to the X account, see what they got going on. So right here, and you know what? You guys let me know. I've always actually liked this little meta. I think it fits crypto. Crypto is like this. This speaks crypto all the way, right? And for many reasons, not just because of developer and things like that, but it just has a very crypto feel. Right there, TTT. with the rocket right there. You guys are still early. And you know what? You guys actually, when I checked it out on Pump Fun, which was pretty cool, there was a lot of people who called it too. So I want you guys to know, like, this is the thing with like a lot of projects right now. And people feel any little pullback, they almost want to, start a cascade. Those sellers are still in the Telegram. It's like the markets, you're doing good and you're doing great. And that's what the market's being a big old thumbs down, right? Like I said before, like what are all these projects? What are these communities going to be looking at when Solana is back up here? Solana back at 250. Or you guys go to the mirror and you guys say Solana's never going back to 250. That's it. There's no way. Solana has proven way too much. Say what you want about Pump Fund, say what you want about meme coins, say whatever you want, but at the very end, speaking of tests, that's one heck of a test, of the bandwidth that Solana can handle is, how many swaps are happening on a Phantom wallet right now on the Solana blockchain as we speak, even with the markets being what the markets are right now. So, having one of these early plays, whether it's your utility play, your meme coin, your RWA, whatever it might be, you're super early because Solana's prices are still not, I don't think they've appreciated to where they're supposed to be. So find your solid communities, find your solid plays, diversify into your type of style of projects that you like. And load up on your Solana, load up on your favorite plays, because those that can be here when Solana's back at $250, $300, a lot of that hard work is definitely going to pay off. This is a fresh play, 3 days old, 3 days and 1 hour. Come check it out. You guys see the community came in here super strong and pulled up really strong. Go to their Telegram, go check them out. And right now it's a nice little pullback, 500K. You guys break past this. You guys want to see FOMO? It's like be the only thing green right now. Break past that and watch how people start flocking. Some people listening right now are probably going to go buy in and get a bag, and probably even some people add to it, waiting for it to break 500K. But 200K is another little. That's where I've seen it at right there. So we'll see what's up. These are low prices, man. Like I said, the markets are still being the markets. Let's go to the next play. This is one we called pretty early. It did have its breakout. It did have the pullback, but I think a lot of it has to do with the market, how it is right now. Like people, the markets are sensitive right now. You gotta be nice to the market right now, because either the markets are going to take it out on you, people want to take it out on you. It's like the markets are going to be the market. And this thing, I think, has a strong narrative. I think it's pretty powerful. I think everybody's had some Degen activity in the space. I think everybody's experimented a tad with Degeness, right? That's happened. And Degen coin is a pretty strong meta. Is it on a pullback right now? Yeah. But if it did the little dance of that 5 million, 10 million, watch how all the Degens have flocked to this super easy. Super easy. And test token, this is the same thing. Watch when you guys break past 1 million. It's like a whole new wave of investors come in when you break $1 million market cap. The Telegram you think is hype right now. Wait till you have the breakout. You're already trending number 7. People are already paying attention. You get to that point where, you're breaking $1 million market cap. You don't think these Degens are going to say, whoa, what is this right next to my Degen play? Let me add some soul to that. That's how that works. That's how that works, man. Degen coin right there. I think this is still a very strong meta, one that we're probably going to be talking about for a bit. Keep an eye on it. I don't think we're going to stop saying Degen for a while. Account got suspended. That's all right. No big deal. That happens. Check out their spin to enter. Can't help that. We got to spin it. Oh my God, Degen coin. I got rugged. No, that's a simple website. You want a Degen website? You want a Degen website? Just a wheel. You're trying to be super creative. This guy said, we got the Wag Me one. There we go. Hashtag Wag Me, everybody. Degen coin right there. Looking really good at $1.5 million market cap. Pretty strong play, if you guys ask me, and pretty strong narrative. Pretty strong narrative. We got another one that's a strong narrative that has come back to life and pumped up really strong. And it just goes to show you that a lot of people, when they fade you, they do it like not knowing that anything in this market can pop right back up. This thing's a year and a half old and, got right back to all-time highs just recently. And this is when a lot of people got shooken out. People probably faded it. It did one all-time high. His first one was at around 14 mil, pulled all the way back down to $1.5 million market cap, and then just broke all the way out to 25 mil. Shook everybody out. And then again, broke past 15 million, close to $20 million market cap. And now it's trending all over again. People are talking about it. And now it's going to be pretty hard not to talk about this. This could be finding a floor. And again, these things are pumping up pretty strong with the markets being a massive big thumbs down, right? The markets are not, being super exciting right now. You got Bitcoin's price not doing what we want it to do. We go back to Bitcoin's price right now. Oil prices going down is actually really good. So Bitcoin's price bouncing off of that support that we drew. But, if it was breaking into the 80s, what is your test token going to look like? With Solana pumping, what is your XPX going to look like? There's so many possible whales listening to this right now, or possibly listening to this later on. But it happens right now when the markets are on defense, when everybody's being, oh no, it's kind of like this moment right now. And that's why it's good to collect your thoughts. Remind yourself, like, hey, I'm not leaving this space. This is actually that realm of when things pop off, because whoever bought down here, whoever started to accumulate in this section, they're cheesing right now. So find your favorite plays right now. Find your conviction plays and hold it down. Hold it down really, really strong. Another one that's pumped up, we're going to go through a couple of them if that's all right with you guys. Hopefully you guys don't mind. We're going to go to LOL. This is one that, popped back up as well. And it's one that everybody should keep an eye on, because I've said it for a while that it has the potential to just have that breakout moment. And you're seeing where consolidation, even the rest of the market's almost doing what the overall market is doing, right? And that's because the market feels the same. It's so psychological. It's so weird, right? That you can be on BTC, you can look at a lot of things. And even though they had a nice run up, there's been a while. Oops, that's a wild one there. Even though they had a nice run up, it's been consolidating for a while. And this could be, massive consolidation to go lower, or is it the accumulation zone really? And this is where, when the markets are fearful, although this meta was strong and you see it riding up and everybody was talking about it, everybody's still using LOL. But you're super bullish on it up here, but you're not bullish on it when it's cheaper, and the market has to do something about that. LOL coin, strong narrative. You're going to see LOL from here on out. It's not going to go away. We would have to stop using LOL. Are we ever going to stop using LOL? Not going to happen. I can't believe there was an LOL already. This is the LOL right here, though. And it breaks 5 million, it will find itself right back at 10. And this is the thing. It doesn't matter what project you are. Anybody can do this. So we're going to be keeping an eye on LOL. I think it's right for everybody to keep an eye on it, honestly, because it shows you a lot too. Like, a strong community, strong conviction. Eventually you price out all the sellers and you start having a breakout. Those same people that sold are still on the Telegram. You don't think a lot of them came back that sold and seen it back at 4 million? I was like, what the heck's going on? We sold it all through here. We were selling it. What? It's going back up. And you got to do that in the space. It needs to happen organically. That's what kind of comes about, is that it happens eventually once everybody's priced out, consolidates for a while, starts breaking out, and then those same people who sold come back. All right, let's look at some other plays. Alien Wojak. We're going to cruise it right now. Just look at some random plays for you guys, kind of cruising on the live stream. Hopefully you guys are having a solid start to your guys' weekend. Pretty solid for me, to be honest with you guys. Not too surprised on the market. This is why it's easier to get a lot of other things done, because we talked about this already. We weren't being bearish on the market. We're like, might come back to over here. Let's put that horizontal line. That was a few days ago. It probably didn't seem too realistic when we were first breaking that 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, because it takes so long, right? And even this move back up could have been totally wrong. But there you go. And that's why it's like, all right, so not leaving crypto, right? You're not leaving crypto. Take care of some other stuff you got to do. Go grocery shopping. That's what I did. Get a bunch of things that you've been, get all your things. I got some energy drinks. I took a solid break off of the Nas energy drinks, but I brought them back, and I should have. I'm on my second one, but I almost think it's too powerful. I haven't drank it in so long. I was like, oh my god! Right before the stream, I was like, I definitely feel that energy drink. But yeah, don't be bummed out on the market. There's something going on. Look at this. This is Wojak's a strong narrative. Wojak's a strong narrative. We got some solid plays coming about. These are going to be doing good. They're the fresh plays right now. I just can't wait for the markets to be back roaring. That's what I'm looking forward to. But I'm just going to be patient for that. I'm just going to be patient to see the markets back roaring. I'm not going to, I'm not going to be able to get Solana to do it. I'm not going to be able to get this to do it. This is just a time to accumulate and be patient. Find these hot plays like the test token. Find some things on a discount like XPX. Find your Noma token doing really good. I know we got some Noma investors in here on Smart DeFi. Shout out to the Space Penguins. Shout out to the bonding curve from Feg token coming out soon. That's going to be pretty cool. There's going to be a lot of exposure coming from that, which is going to be nice because we got flags over there on the BNB side. So, you got to be patient for a lot of these things. You can't make everything happen. It's better just to be ready for it than to be trying to make it happen or force it to happen. But yeah, you got your Noma token looking really good right now. 81% supply staked. That's pretty bullish. Nice little discount on it. This is your RWA play. This is the stuff you got to be looking at right now. Go check these things out right now while the markets are, man, because they're actually doing everything that they said they're going to do. Little by little, they're working their way right in that direction. It's a lot of work to get into RWAs, into payments, and sometimes those wheels spin a little bit slower than crypto. And sometimes people in crypto want stuff overnight, but you just got to be patient. This is your time to accumulate some stuff before, RWA is the topic, right? That's kind of when you're supposed to do it. But definitely come check out Feg token as well. Let's see if they got anything about the bonding curve going on over there. Because I think this is something to pay attention to, especially if you're an investor in smart DeFi plays. And you know what? This is nice. When it's quiet like this, that there's some things cooking. You got the Space Penguins right here. Big shout out to them as well. But they are definitely cooking because if you're inside the Telegram, that people are doing a lot of testing on that bonding curve. That's going to be very similar to Pump Fun. And that's going to bring a lot of exposure to all the smart DeFi. So if you're the Space Penguins, your Noma token, your XPX, I think we're going to get a lot more exposure to this amazing platform that you guys can launch your project. You guys can stake your tokens. There's, the asset backing protocol that allows you to, make loans and lending happen. So there's a lot of benefits to this. And, you just got to keep putting in the work. It is going to come to its moment where, the roads line up just perfectly for this. And, we've already been grinding away this long. We're right there. Right. And this bonding curve could be that next little spark that brings a lot of, exposure to SD. So I do appreciate you guys pulling up, man. If you guys got some projects you guys want me to check out, let me know in the chat, whatever it might be. It's all good. We got Ajax, the alien Wojak doing good. That's a great name too. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to the top 10. It's nice seeing, the test token right up there. You got Ask Jeeves. Who remembers that? Oh man, this brings back good memories. Let's just soak that in for a second. Let's just soak that style up for a second. Times are so much simpler. A little bit slower. A little bit nicer. Now it's so fast. It's Friday today. It's going to be Friday tomorrow. It's going to be next weekend already. Watch. So you got Ask Jeeves, some nostalgic reference to, search engines in the very beginning. Your Yahoo, your Ask Jeeves, your MSN, your Hotmail account that you used to have. Who used to have a Hotmail? Oh man. Okay, we got Soul Angels. Who doesn't want a little Soul Angel? Okay. Okay, I get it. Like Los Angeles, but Soul Angels backwards, get it. Soul Angeles. uh, we're just on some Degen stuff right now. We're just doing what you guys do when you guys are not on the space. We're doing exactly what you guys tend to do, right? Very cool, man. Yeah, you got your fresh plays right now. Be nice to catch. I think the test token low underneath $1 million market cap. That's some of those ones that you rarely find. This is another one everybody was talking about. Definitely on this dip, but it did run up down to 188. But this is one that everybody was talking about. Bull is a solid one. This is another play. Like, you got to ask yourself, like, what is this going to look like when the markets are roaring all over again? It's probably going to be looking pretty good. We got such whack markets right now, but this thing's been holding strong for a while. Solana back at 250. This bull thing could be taken off right when bull narrative is strong again. So, whoa, bull narrative. And it's been holding at 5 million for a while. At the height of the euphoria of Solana and everything like that, these plays would easily be over 20 million right now, $30 million market cap. It's just that we've been in such a long downtrend for so long, and the market's been so freaking boring, right? So that's why everything's just been kind of a little bit like, whoa, hold up a second. And that's just the overall sentiment. It is what it is, right? Sell signal right here was valid. I was seeing if we were going to catch a flush through this while we were live, but we'll see if price holds right here. It could definitely grind back up to, 78,000 back into the 80Ks just to push back up. But if it lost this right here, markets could get a little bit more bummed out. Underneath 250 and be like, oh man, right? 2.53. Let's get that back up, man. Let's get that going again. It was nice when it was just green. Now it's just red. Let's get the beef settled in Iran. Let's get the stuff taken care of. Let's just make this happen already. I don't know what alts they're talking about for pizza day. So why are alts 30% up right now? It's like, no, they're not. All right, fam. I don't think we got too much for you guys, man. I think we got some fresh plays. We got some fresh developments, obviously, for XPX coming up. You guys don't want to miss out on that. Extremely bullishness right around the corner. Be patient, fam. There's been testing going on. It's going perfect, actually. And yeah, just letting the markets do what the markets got to do, but definitely cooking on the back end for sure. And I think we're all in this kind of same boat right now in cryptocurrency, letting the markets figure themselves out. Are the markets going to go back bullish? We were really close when it was at 80K. If we would have got over 90, back over 100, it would be hard for everybody just to sit on the sidelines. It would be extremely hard. But you can feel that the markets are still acting like they're on the sidelines. But like I've said many times, this could be that area where if you did it before, right here, you would have been happy because the leg did go up. Now, is that's what's going to happen right here? We're going to have to wait and find out on the next episode of Where's Bitcoin's Price, right? Because We'll see if it holds this. If it went underneath this, then it could come lower. There is some action down there. We'll keep you guys posted, man. Keep the bell notifications lit like that. You guys don't miss out. Give me a follow at Rico Moneybags. Also on YouTube at Rico Moneybags. On TikTok, Rico Moneybags. Everywhere, Rico Moneybags. Make sure you guys give XPX a follow for all your off-ramp needs. Whether you're building a crypto project, you need to make sure that your servers and everything's paid, or whether you're building, an NFT project and you're flipping NFTs, whatever it might be, come over here, off-ramp your crypto, the right way, the XPX way. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys can't do that, continue to come back. Experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Later, fam.
So your bag's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off. And you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't about if it makes sense, 'cause if the boot do, it don't fit.